Hello. So today I wanted to talk about time and energy management. So a lot of entrepreneurs, they kind of focus only on the work and they focus on the task and they kind of forget about all the rest. And I've been guilty of that over the beginning of my entrepreneurship journey. And I wanted to kind of ex to show pretty much what I've been doing over the last many years, what I've developed, and where I am at today. So let me share my screen so I can show you that. So that was the tweet that inspired me today of making that video. So as I said, like time and energy management is one of the biggest assets for entrepreneurs, and it's very important to take care of it. And I've actually put, as I said, I've put a lot of efforts into it. And actually, if there's anyone that is interested into having a tear down of their schedule or their routine, just let me know. I am up for it. I'm just curious, but let me show you what I've been building over the last few years. So I pretty much built this kind of spreadsheet where let me move myself. I built a spreadsheet where pretty much it shows, because I have to deal with two different time zone, Eastern time and Western European time. Um, I have this time zone, and then I have like, what do I do um, to in my day? Let me put that bigger for you. All right. So it's like I've built this, like you can see there's many iterations. Like I have been iterating over the last, what I think, 5 years. Um so yeah, so that's kind of how I structure my I go like I structure my thoughts. I'm consciously making an effort to figure out how can I make my days more efficient. And I every week, every other weeks, I kind of look into how do I feel about this thing that I did at that time. For example, I noticed over the last iterations that working out for me in the morning works really well. Like if it's the first thing I do in the morning after waking up, for me it works really well because I am able to first get it out of the way, but also I have my willpower at a time. It's like I don't have to like either stop working, I don't have to um like think, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And because I have a preference of working out when I'm fasting, it feels better for me. If I work out after lunch, after dinner, or in the evening, it doesn't work. This doesn't do as well. I used to work out in the evening at some point, and I don't know. Now I prefer to work out in the morning. And reading, same thing. If I read in the morning, for me, right after working out, like if I read in the morning before working, it's it's going to be much easier for me to read, to get into the habit of reading. And then it's all about, like, journaling, checking my finances, so checking online if there's, any updates, like connect with people, um, content planning. That's important for you to know, like, when should you talk about what. And that's why I'm recording this video today, because I have this in my schedule. So yeah. So two things are important. The first one is having a plan enough time for when you work. And what worked well for me is either blocks of 2, 3, 4 hours. That works well, and then I have break, and then I have another block of a few hours, and then in the evening, I have like a few things. I practice my Portuguese because I moved from Canada to Portugal, so I need to speak the language. Then planning my next day, shower, and reading again. I read two different type of books. One is more like business in the morning, and one that is still more like mindset growth oriented in the evening. Something that is more on the lighter side. Like right now, I'm reading Derek Sivers, um, How to Live, the book. So it's very interesting book. Yeah, so that's pretty much how I kind of go about how I structure my schedule in a way to make it work for me. So I'm kind of thinking how I'm consciously making an effort to think about how I feel about across my day. For example, I know that my best work is done before I eat. If I eat, it'll take me like at least 2 hours to get back into the work mood. Be by that. So most of the time I don't, as you can see, like I don't always fast. Like I have, I guess, a smoothie in the morning or fruit, and then I'll eat very later in the day. So I'm very low calorie most of my day until I eat. So it's very it's very much, it makes me feel better and I work better in these situations. And then what I do is I take all of that and I translate that into my schedule. So you can see, for example, like um I have this thing here, which is my 18 hours fast, 6 hours of like block of eating, which for intermittent fasting. But that's what's in blue. But then I translate that in there, like as you can see, um I it's like I'm waking up, I'm working out, I read a book, then I have my meditation, journaling, check-in, like this is all of that here. Everything that you've, oops, sorry, everything that you've seen here, that's what it is. And then you have content, and then you have like all my like, building phase, where I work like more in depth. Um, what I would do is in my calendar, I have two things here. I have non-income producing activities and I have income producing activities. And then what I would do, like this is just in my schedule. So like I have a calendar here called schedule. And that's all that you see here. So that's very, very, um, that's everything in my calendar. So it's not something that will block me into my Calendly, for example, or my calendar in my to schedule my appointments. And then when I will work, I'll do this here. I'll put, and then I'll put either it's a non-income producing or income producing, and I'll write like what's the task. Like for example, build X today, and that's what I'll put in my calendar. Um, for that period of time. So like this is just to say this here's a block of time for you to work on X, and then etc. So yeah, that's very much how I do my scheduling, how I do it, and then here super mode like more. This is more for like you don't have the right to um, allow yourself for distractions. You can even see like here I have a uh, a reminder for me to check my finances in my relationship, a joint account, sorry. And yeah, that like even my weekends are kind of organized. Are my weeks always perfect like that? Like am I always respecting 100% like by the book, by the time? No. But am I 80% on track to do all of that? Yes. 80%, 90%, depending on the days. But the point is you have to allow yourself to have a bit of flexibility in your schedule. I used to be very military, and I used to, uh, I used to not like feel bad if I would be late a little bit. On See, I used to feel bad a little bit if I would not respect my schedule and my routine. But because now I have all of this routine set in stone, I know when works, when doing what feels best for me and when I'm more productive. That's kind of how I came up with that schedule. But that took me maybe 5 years to get to that. Like that's why it's important for you to iterate and know how you feel in doing specific tasks, and you have to kind of be conscious about it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I didn't want to make that long video, but I hope that this is going to be helpful for you guys. Yeah, just let me know what you think. Feel free to follow if you enjoy that type of video. Comment if you want me to expand on a few things. Let me know if you have any questions, feedback. I'm all open for you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. See you in the next one. Cheers.